Hello everyone and welcome to my session on practical demonstration on queues in Python. In this video, we are going to talk about the creation of menu-driven program that uses the insertion and deletion in the queue. Queues are very important for CBSE exam. Generally, a 4 marks question comes in the board exam and also asked in the CBSE practicals. See, this is an assignment and we will do it practically. Aim is write a menu-driven program in Python to perform insert and delete operations on a queue containing book details as given below. Book number of type integer, book name of type string. Now we have to create a menu-driven program, so the menu will be like this. We will show the choices for the user, 1 for insert, 2 for delete, 3 for display. The user will enter the choice and as per the choice of the user, the functions for insertion, deletion and for element display will be called. So now let's open the Python IDLE and run the Python code. Now I'm using here the Python IDLE. You can use Jupyter or any other software. Now I have written here the basic structure of the code, the definitions, function definitions of enqueue, dequeue, display, and here you have to create the menu. Now let's start. First of all, the function definition for inserting an element. Now here we have to enter the book details, book number and book name. There are two elements, so you will accept these two elements from the user and we will create a list. Then that list will be added into the queue. Suppose book is the name of my queue. So I write here parameter book. After that, I will take the value of b number from user. So b number equals to int input enter book number. So the user will enter the book number. After that, I have to enter the value of book name by using the variable b name equals to input, then enter name. So user will enter the book name here. Now we will create a list and append this list into the book. So L equals to, in square bracket, it will be b number, comma, b name. So we have created the list consisting of two elements, book number and book name. Then you have to append it into the queue. So queue name is book. So book dot append L. So L is your list. So you have to append it. Now after that you have to find out the position of front and rear. For that, check the length of the queue. So I am writing here if len of book equals to 1, means it contains a single element, then in that case front equals to rear equals to 1. Sorry, it will be 0. If it is the first element, front and rear will be 0. Else means it is not the first element, then the rear position will be equivalent to len of book minus of 1. The front will remain 0 and the rear value will be len of book minus of 1. So this is the function definition of enqueue. For the deletion of element, I am writing the function dequeue. Now here again I will write down the parameter book. After that, I have to check whether this queue is empty or not. If it is empty, display the statement. So if statement will be used here. So if len of book, if it is equals to 0, then it is empty. So I will write here print in double quotation. I am writing here the queue is empty. It means that there are no elements in the queue. Now the value of front and the rear, the value of front and the rear will be none. There will be no elements in the queue and the value will be none. Now I display the value of front and rear. So the value of front will be front equals to the value front, and again I write here in quotation, so and will display as it is, and after that I write rear equals to and the display the value of rear. So the front and the rear values will be displayed on the screen. After that, what I do is I have to write down the else part. It means if the queue contains some element, then you can delete the elements. For deletion, you will use the pop method. So I am writing x equals to queue name, that is book, dot deletion will be done by pop, and you have to delete the 0th element because deletion will take place from the front end. Now this deleted element can be displayed because the pop function, it returns you the deleted element. So I am writing here deleted element is, the deleted element will be displayed. So I am printing the value of x. Now again you will find out the value of front and rear. So I write here if len of q, that is book, if it is equals to 0. If it is equals to 0, it means that the front, just a minute, I have to scroll it down. So if the length of the queue, if it is 0, then front equals to rear equals to none. The value will be none. And if it is not empty, then in that case you will have the value of front and rear. Front will always be 0 because the elements will be shifted towards the left hand side, and rear will be equivalent to len of book minus of 1. So this is the code for the DQ. After that, I have to write down the code for the display of the elements. So again the parameter here is book, and now I have to write down the code for the display of the elements. Display the elements from the queue means we need to display the elements starting from the first element of the queue till the last element. So I am using here the for loop for I in range. The first element means starting from 0 to len of book. It means that the elements will be displayed from the first element, that is the 0th index element, till the len of book minus of 1. Now, if this condition is true, I have to print the value, print the elements. So I write here book, in square bracket I have to write down I. So I have to print the ith element. Now all the elements will be printed. I want all the elements to be printed on the same line. So I write here the parameter and equals to quotations. It means that the elements will be printed on the same line. Now, I want to display the front and the rear elements. For that, I am writing here the simple print statement. Print, in quotation, I am writing front, here it is in quotations, comma, and equals to quotations. Now this statement will just print the word front and the arrow mark. After that all the elements of the queue will be printed, and just to denote the last element outside the for loop, I will write down print, in quotations I will write down rear. So this print statement will just display this arrow mark and the rear. So you will get the arrows to indicate the front and for the rear. And in between this front and rear statement, the elements will be printed. Now this is the code for the deletion, for the display of the elements. Now again, when you are displaying the elements, you have to check the condition whether the queue is empty or not. Now if the queue is empty, again you will have the same code. I am copying just the code. Now you have to check whether it is empty or not. So if it is empty, front and rear will be none, and you have to again print the statement that it is empty. So you will print it that it is empty queue. So I am printing it, and again I am displaying the value of front and rear. So again the value of front and rear will be displayed. I am just copying this statement. Here we are displaying it. Now this will be when it is empty. Now if it is not empty, then in that case you have to write down these things. So you have to print the value. You have to print this value. Again you have to write down the for statement. Inside the for you have to write down this, and this will be written just below the for. So what you have done is, for when you are writing the display definition, you have first of all checked for the empty condition. If it is empty, front and rear will be none. Display the statement empty and the front and the rear value. Again, if it is not empty, you have to print all the elements from the queue. So we have printed all the elements. Now you have to create the menu. So for menu, first of all, we create an empty queue. So I write book equals to square brackets. It means the empty queue is created. Initially it contains no elements. After that I take a variable flag equals to true. Now this variable will be used in the while statement, in the while loop. So I write here while flag, means the value of flag is true. So this will be while true. So if this condition is true, menu should appear on the screen. So I write here print, in quotations I am writing menu. So my menu will appear on the screen. So just this is the message that I am starting the menu. So next statement will be I want the options insert, delete and display. For that I am writing in quotations 1. When I will press 1, it should go for the insert. Now again the next statement that I want is print, in double quotations I will give the second option, that is delete. It is in quotations. Now again print, the third option that should display is display function. So I will display the third option. Now all these three options will be printed on the screen. Now I will ask the user to enter the choice. So I will display the message. Now the message will be displayed by using, now user will enter the value. Clear? Now the choice, I have using this choice variable. So choice equals to int input. I will ask the user to enter the choice. So enter your choice. So user will enter the choice and the choice will be from 1 to 3. User has to enter these numbers. So user will enter the numbers from 1 to 3. If the user enters any other option, then some message should be displayed so that it can be informed to the user that you have entered a wrong number. So now check the value of choice using if. So if choice equals to 1. For insertion we have to call the insert function, and for insert I have used NQ. This is the name of my function that I have used, and the parameter is book. As you can see, the parameter here is book. After that, again I have to check the next condition. So I am using elif choice equals to 2. This is my next condition. So if choice equals to 2, I will call another function, that is dq, with the parameter book. Now again I have to check the third condition using elif. So if choice equals to 3, now I will call the display function. So it is display and the parameter will be book. So now all these three choices code has been written. Now what I have to do is I have to write down the else statement. If the user enters any number other than 1, 2, 3, then some message should be displayed. So I write here print, and I will write here the message for the user. It is a wrong number. Clear? Now after this, the menu will appear on the screen and the user will check this choice. Now after this, what you have to do is you have to repeat the menu. So you will ask the user whether he or she wants to repeat the menu or not. So for that, again you will write down here the print statement, print quotations, do you wish to continue menu? Then enter, the user will enter yes oblique no. So this message will be reflected on the screen. Now after that, the user will enter yes or no. To store it into the variable, I will use the variable ch equals to, now since it is a string, so I will just write down input function ch equals to end, in double quotation, enter yes or no. So user will accept, user will enter yes or no, and it will be stored in a variable ch. Now you have to check the value of ch. So if ch equals to capital Y, because user can enter the capital Y as well as the user can enter the small y. So right here ch equals to this capital Y. Now I have checked it for the small y and capital Y. So in this case, flag should be equivalent to true. Otherwise, if this condition is false, means the user has entered any character other than Y, then the value of flag should be set to false. True and false are the keywords. So remember, T and F should be capital. So what will happen is that the menu will appear and user will enter the choice. Depending upon the choice, the functions will be called. After that, this message will appear on the screen whether the menu has to be appeared or not. Again the user will enter yes or no. If it is yes, again the menu will appear. Otherwise, no menu will appear. Now let's run it. So I am running this code. See, this message is appearing. So menu is 1 for insert, 2 is delete, 3 is display. Enter your choice. So my choice is 1. 1 is for insertion. So I enter the book number as 12. Name is, suppose I enter Meeta. Now this element is entered into the stack, now into the queue. Now again this message appears, do you wish to continue menu? Yes, I say. Then again the menu appears. Again I enter the element. I choose option 1. Again I enter the book number as 34 and I choose the name Geeta. Now again I want the menu, so I enter here Y. You can see again the menu appears. Now I will display the queue. So I enter the option 3. 3 is for display. You can see here. Now see what has been printed. This line, when I enter my choice as 3, display function is called and it prints this value. Now 12 meta, it is a list. The second element 34 gita, again it is a list. Now front is shown by arrow and this rear is shown by arrow. Now what I want is I will now delete the element. So again I will put here Y, the menu appears. Now I will delete the elements. So for deletion I have to put here option 2. Now when I put the option 2, deleted element is 12 meta. Now let's see whether it is the front element. Yes, you can see it is pointed by the front. So this is the first element, the front element or the 0th element that is deleted from the book. So it is clear that the elements can be deleted from the front and they can be entered from the rear. So we have completed the practical demonstration. So we have learned how to write and execute the program in Python. Now do it yourself to understand it in a better way. Keep practicing. Thank you and have a nice day.